So it's like, other than him, it's like Tyson Fury's the next big dog, if and maybe the biggest of big dogs if he's fighting Usyk.
Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk are poised to square off in a highly anticipated fight. Veteran boxing trainer and commentator Teddy Atlas has provided analysis on the fight, noting that both fighters have impressive resumes and strong skill sets. Joe Rogan has also broken down the fight. Atlas provided a thorough evaluation of the advantages and skills that every fighter possesses in the ring.
Fury, who wins?
I said that, how do you go against Usyk since he won the gold medal, unified the cruiserweight title, stepped up to heavyweight, won the heavyweight. Everybody was checking the boxes of all the advantages that Fury had over.
Atlas noted that there was widespread admiration for Fury among boxing fans due to his towering stature, versatility in fighting styles, and widespread popularity. Despite Fury's perceived advantages, such as his size and ability to excel both at close range and from a distance, Atlas remains steadfast in his assessment of Usyk's capabilities. Atlas highlighted Usyk's remarkable achievements in the sport, citing his Olympic gold medal and his subsequent dominance of the cruiserweight division.
Fury's bigger, he can fight on the outside, he can fight on the inside. Everybody loved Fury. From the beginning, before this, that I can't go against Usyk, I love Fury.
Relying on Usyk's success history and his capacity to conquer obstacles that appear overwhelming, Atlas acknowledged his hesitation to wager against Usyk, citing his technical skill, ring intelligence, and unrelenting resolve as the main things that may swing the odds in his favor against Fury. Atlas's analysis highlighted the intricacy of the fight and the many factors at work, even if Fury might have some physical advantages due to his stature and reach compared to Usyk's deft boxing. Expertise and a demonstrated capacity to adjust to various opponents pose a significant obstacle for the British heavyweight champion.
Fight ready. He thought it was going to be easier. And when you think that going in, it's hard to recalibrate. It's hard to adjust mentally to what's really happening. Give credit to get, but that might have been at play. I can't go against Usyk because there's one thing that nobody's checking a box. Here they're saying the other guy's got the jab and the other guys can box on the outside, can go get you, he's the bigger man. All of that. Usyk has one asset that he's always had. You know what it is? He knows how to win. He knows how to win. He knows how.
In a recent interview with Lord Ping, former boxing world champion Ricky Hatton, who is known for his aggressive fighting style and sharp insight into the sport, spoke about the impending match. Hatton voiced his worries about Fury's possible obstacles against Usyk, pointing out that the Ukrainian fighter's smaller frame could present hurdles for the British heavyweight champion. Hatton started off by highlighting how unique Fury's matchup is, pointing out that in his professional career, the Gypsy King has never faced a foe as short as Usyk. This lack of experience against smaller opponents may present Fury with a new obstacle that will force him to modify his strategy and fit Usyk's distinct style. Hatton stated that Tyson has never faced a fighter as small as Usyk, which may cause concern because it will be a novel encounter for him. In his fight against Wilder, he was able to confront him head-on, and the same was true with Dillian Whyte. Looking back on Fury's past battles with imposing heavyweights like Dillian Whyte and Deontay Wilder, Hatton, he emphasized Fury's capacity to maintain his composure and engage in physical combat with bigger opponents, but he issued a warning that Fury would need to adopt a different strategy when fighting a smaller and more maneuverable fighter like Usyk. Hatton went into further detail about the potential risks posed by Usyk's smaller frame, implying that Fury's usual tactic of using his strength to intimidate opponents might be less successful against the Ukrainian's agility and quickness in the ring. This would force Fury to modify his strategy and find new ways to establish his dominance in the ring. Hatton said, "He's used to fighting these massive units, and now he's got a little whippersnapper in front of him who will be flying all over the place." The fact that he's smaller makes it more dangerous for Tyson because he's been able to intimidate the previous heavyweights he's fought over the last few years. Hatton underlined that as the undisputed heavyweight championship fight draws near, it's critical to acknowledge the particular difficulties that Usyk's size and technique bring. Hatton's observations serve as a reminder of the complexities of high-stakes fights and the necessity for boxers to change and advance when faced with novel obstacles. But Ricky Hatton thinks Tyson Fury will get the much-needed lift for his next matchup with Usyk after his narrow victory against Francis, and Hatton said that Fury will have learned a valuable lesson before he challenges for the title this coming Saturday. He said that Tyson didn't take the fight seriously and that he came in a little bit heavier than he normally would have. What happened, and I think that was the best thing that could have happened to him going into this fight with Usyk, was that it gave him a kick-up pass, which is probably what he needed. Fury was floored by former UFC heavyweight champion Ngannou during their most recent bout. Despite this setback, he rallied to secure a narrow split decision victory. In an interview with Boyle Sports, Tony Bellew, a former cruiserweight world champion who is renowned for his astute analysis of boxing matchups, offered his perspective on the upcoming fight between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. Bellew highlighted the significance of Fury going back to his more traditional fighting style in order to have a chance against Usyk. He also emphasized the effectiveness of the older version of Fury under Peter Fury's guidance, who employed a strategy focused on using Fury's height, reach, and awkwardness to outmaneuver opponents. Bellew believed that this approach would play to Fury's strengths and provide him with Bell, went on to say that Usyk won't have to go far to defeat the old Tyson Fury under Peter Fury, because that version of Fury won fights by getting on his back foot and using his height, reach, and awkwardness. However, Bell voiced concerns about Fury's current fighting style under Sugar Hill Stewart, characterizing it as more aggressive and counterpunch-oriented. He argued that this strategy would not work against Usyk, who thrives on drawing opponents in and taking advantage of their mistakes. Bell warned that pressuring the battle and having violent exchanges would only benefit Usyk in the long run, giving the Ukrainian fighter a far greater chance. When evaluating the matchup between Tyson Fury and Usyk, Bellew highlighted Usyk's technical superiority and emphasized that the outcome would likely favor Usyk regardless of their size difference. He contended that if Fury and Usyk were of equal size, the result would be even more decisive in Usyk's favor. The current version of Tyson Fury under Sugar Hill Stewart is an attacking, ferocious counterpuncher who presses the fight that isn't going to beat Usyk. Pressing him is exactly what he wants. It will play into his hands all day. This is the first time that Tyson Fury is competing against a boxer who is technically superior to him, he said, noting Usyk's superior footwork, movement, and explosiveness. If Fury and Usyk were the same size, the outcome of this fight would not even be up for dispute. Despite acknowledging Tyson Fury's advantages in terms of size and power, Fury would not even prevail if they were the same height and build. Bellew insisted that Usyk was superior to him in almost every other area of the game, saying that Fury is inferior to him in every department since he lacks Usyk's mobility and explosiveness and is larger and stronger. Bellew anticipated that Usyk would take the lead early in the bout and force Fury to pursue him, with Usyk eventually controlling the championship rounds and winning by unanimous decision. Triumphantly, he continued. Bell also foresaw some tense moments for Usyk, particularly in the middle rounds where Fury's power and aggressiveness could pose challenges. Fury may be a better inside fighter simply because Usyk doesn't allow him to fight that close. Whenever someone gets close to him, his feet adjust and he adapts. Usyk, in my opinion, will establish an early lead before making Fury chase. I predict that he will lead by 4 or 5 rounds, at which point Fury will have to chase after him. Nevertheless, he saw Usyk weathering the storm and winning by using his superior technical skills and strategic acumen to outmaneuver Fury and secure the victory on the scorecards. I predict that there will be some unsteady moments for Usyk, with some low blows and big, heavy shots. I believe that Usyk will experience some anxiety from rounds 5 to 9. After that, I believe he will dominate the championship rounds and win by unanimous decision. Joe Joyce is a well-known heavyweight fighter. The competitor also discussed the tactical dynamics of the fight in an interview, offering his thoughts on the much-awaited Showdown. When the two elite heavyweights squared off in the ring, Joyce provided a thorough analysis of the various tactics and situations that might occur. Joyce stated, "I think as the fight starts, I'm not sure how it's going to be. Is it going to be Kai, or is Usyk just going to go to work and know exactly what he's going to do, like with the Joshua fights?" If you enjoyed this video, you can view some of our others by clicking the button on the screen.